And everyone, we've got much more for you here, as one thing that we've been tracking as well is on the PC front. The return to the office might be slowing PC sales after 2 years of growth. Global shipment of PCs that fell 5.1% in Q1 of 2022, coming off of 2 years of double-digit growth during the pandemic. This drop, it's not a major concern for the industry, with vendors still shipping 80.5 million PCs in Q1 despite logistics and supply chain disruptions. For the seventh consecutive quarter, global PC shipments hit more than 80 million, which is the best streak since 2012. Trackers of the industry, they see education and consumer markets slowing down amid rising inflation, but the commercial market is still going strong. And if you were curious about the top selling computer companies globally, here they are. Lenovo, number one, with 22.7% market share. Then you've got HP, following them, Dell, and Apple. And Asus and Acer for tie at number 5 here. Rochelle and Dave, I want to bring you into this as well. I'm not sure, which team you fall underneath of. Of course, I've been Team Apple for quite some time, as I can't seem to break the ecosystem matrix right now. Rochelle, I know you're in the Android ecosystem over there, so perhaps we'll get you to break out of one of those eventually.
Not likely, because I actually have a Lenovo computer. So it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. But I do think it's very interesting how PCs are doing. I mean, you have to consider, you had the pandemic. You also have supply chain issues. You have logistic issues. You have geopolitical concerns. And despite all that, slow growth, but still market growth nonetheless. So I do think it's impressive. I wasn't expecting Lenovo to be at the top there, but it just goes to show that we are making these transitions back to work. A lot of these purchases we already made, perhaps for homeschooling and other things. So it'll be interesting to see then perhaps in the following quarters how much of a need we still have, or if we're pretty much set for a while until like the next major upgrade that comes perhaps with the Internet of Things. It might need some sort of new technological push or some new advancements with chips in order for people to have to shift to another model.
Yeah, I didn't make much of the news because it wasn't just 2 years of growth. It was 2 years of double-digit growth. We knew that had to slow down. It was a lot like the housing market. Sure, it's slowing down, but it's still very, very healthy. I'm clearly an Apple man. I have a PC and 4 laptops around this house. The big winner inside the numbers was, though, Asus. They were the big grower in the past year, and HP really took a beating there. So I think that industry overall solidly healthy with the 80 million mark that you mentioned there. Coming up on the show, how a rising tide lifts all boats in the game of golf. You won't believe the haul for one golfer who won the Masters in the last 2 months. It's astonishing. And Tiger Woods returned to the Masters, but also breaking some records in the memorabilia category. We'll tell you those eye-popping numbers after a break.